everyone. Myself Sheetal Sangre from KK Wagh Polytechnic Nashik. In this semester, I teach you digital techniques and microprocessor. In this course, today we will start our second unit, that is combinational logic circuit. And marks weightage for this second unit is 14 marks. So first, we will see the concept of combinational circuit. So here are some characteristics related to combinational circuit. The main characteristics of combinational circuits are, first characteristics is output of combinational logic circuit totally depending on the present input. And second characteristics, that is also very important, combinational circuit do not use any memory. The previous state of input does not have any effect on the present state of the circuit. And last characteristics, a combinational circuit can have an n number of inputs and m number of outputs. So from this is the block diagram of combinational logic circuit. There are n number of inputs and m number of outputs. Now, representation of logical expressions. Logical expressions can be represented in one of the two forms, SOP and POS. SOP means sum of product and POS means product of sum. So here is the example of SOP form and this is the example of POS form. In SOP form, product terms are sum together, and in POS form, product terms are summed together. Canonical forms. In this form, each term in an equation must contain all the variables. Representation of logical expressions. The logical expressions can be represented in two forms. First is SOP and second is POS. SOP means sum of product and POS means product of sum. So this is this example of SOP form. In this SOP form, product term are summed together. This is the example of POS form. Here sum terms are product together. Now standard and canonical SOP and POS form. In this, we have to see what is a standard form of SOP and POS and what is canonical form of SOP and POS. So first, we will see canonical form. In this canonical form, each term in an equation must contain all the available input variables. That means, for example, 3 variables are there. So each term should contain 3 variables. This type of a form is called as canonical SOP form. Now move towards canonical POS form. Same in canonical POS form, each term must contain all available input variable. So in this example, 3 variables are contained in each term. Now, standard form. In this form, each term may contain 1, 2 or any number of input variables. That means all variables cannot be contained in each term. That type of a form is called as standard form. It is not necessary that each term should contain all the variables. So here basically 3 variables are there, but in first term only 2 variables present. In second and third there is a 3 variables. So this is the standard form, not canonical form. Likewise for POS. Once again here are 3 variables, but these 2 terms contain only 2 variables. Now from this table we can understood standards of canonical SOP, standard pause and canonical pause. So first example is for standard SOP. Here 3 variables are there, but each term cannot contain 3 variables. In second canonical SOP form, 2 variables are there and each term contain 2 variables. Third example is of canonical pause. So once again here are 2 variables and each term contain 2 variables A and B. And in next example, standard pause form, here 3 variables are there A, B, C, but first term contain only 2 variables and second term contain 3 variables. That means there is a variation in the variable of each term. Now we will see conversion of SOP form, or we can say standard SOP form to canonical SOP form. So there are some steps that we have to follow and then we can convert standard SOP form to canonical SOP form. So first step, for each term in the given standard SOP expression, find out the missing variable. Then second step, the AND this term with the term formed by ORing the missing variable and its complement. And third step, simplify the expression to get the canonical SOP expression. So this concept will be more clear after solving the example. So here convert the expression y is equal to AB plus AC plus BC into canonical SOP form. Basically in this expression, how many variables are there? 3 variables are there, A, B and C. So to convert this standard form to canonical form, each term should contain 3 variables. So first step, find out the missing variable in each term. So in first term C is missing, in second term B is missing and in third term A is missing. Now do the second step by ANDing the missing term with ORing its complement. So in first term C is missing, so you have to AND this C plus C bar to first term. In second term B is missing, so ANDing B plus B bar. In third term A is missing, so A plus A bar is ANDing with BC. Now simply third step, do the third step, simplify the equation. So multiply AB into bracket. So after multiplying AB into bracket, we get ABC plus ABC bar. Next ACB plus ACB bar, this term. Then next BCA plus BCA bar. After simplifying this, there are 3 ABC terms, ABC, ABC, ABC. So that 3 terms we can write only one term because we know A plus A is equal to A. So these 3 terms can be reduced to one term. So your equation is ABC plus ABC bar plus AB bar C plus A bar BC, and this is your canonical form. That means finally you get canonical SOP form which contain all 3 variables in each term. In first term also 3 variables, in second 3 variable, in third term 3 variable and in last term 3 variable. So in this way we can convert standard to canonical SOP form. Now next is pause to standard pause. Same procedure is there. First step, find out the missing terms or missing variables in each term. Then second step, there is some change. You have to or this term with the term formed by ANDing the missing variable and its complement. And last step is simplify the expression to get canonical POS form. Now, the concept will be more clear after solving this equation. So your equation is y is equal to a plus b bracket into a plus c into b plus c. You have to convert this equation into canonical POS form. So first find out how many variables are there in this equation: a, b and c. So 3 variables are present in this equation. So first step, find out missing variable. So in first term c is missing, second term b is missing, and in third term a is missing. Now do the second step, that is slightly different than the soft form. So here first term write down as it is a plus b, missing term is c. So you have to complement c bar into c. Next, in second term, a plus c as it is plus b bar b. In third term, a is missing, so bc as it is plus a bar a. Now simplify this equation. After simplifying this equation, we can get a plus b plus c bar, this first term. Second term, a plus b plus c only. So this is second term for first equation. Now solve second equation. A plus c plus b bar, this, then a plus c plus b bar. Similarly, you can write down for third term, b plus c plus a bar, b plus c plus a. Now after simplifying this equation or rearranging this equation, we can get this equation. So from this equation, a plus b plus c terms are 3. So by rule, we can reduce it to only one term. So your equation become a plus b plus c bar, a plus b plus c, a plus b bar plus c, a bar plus b plus c. So in this way we get canonical form. Now we will see concept of mean terms and max terms. Mean terms is defined as each individual term in canonical soft form is called as mean term. An example of mean term is canonical soft form. Now second definition, max term. Each individual term in canonical POS form is called as max term. So canonical POS form is nothing but a max term and canonical soft form is nothing but a mean terms. In mean terms, 0 is represented by over bar of variable, that means a bar, and 1 is represented by a variable a. Mean terms are represented by small m and the sign, this sign sigma, or we can say summation. Max terms, in max terms 1 is exactly opposite, 1 is represented by over bar and 0 is represented by a. That means mean terms and max terms both are opposite to each other. Max terms are represented by capital M and this sign pi. Now we will see mean terms and max terms for two variables. Suppose there are two variables a and b. So for above table, for two variables there are 2 raised to n number of combinations are there. So 2 raised to 2, 4 combinations are there, 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, 1 1. So for these two variable we can write down mean terms and max terms. So mean terms means product term and max terms means sum terms. Mean terms are represented by small m, max terms are represented by capital M. So first 0 0 in mean terms represented as m0 is equal to a bar b bar. Likewise in max terms m0 is equal to a plus b. Likewise you can write m1, m2, m3 for mean terms and max terms. Basically remember that mean terms are the product terms and max terms are the sum terms. 0 is represented by bar in min terms and 0 is represented by variable in max terms. Now, this is the table for 3 variables. So, for 3 variables, 8 possible combinations are there. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. So, these are the mean terms and these are the max terms. Mean terms are the product terms and max terms are the sum terms. Representation of logical expression using mean terms and max terms. Now, we will see one example. Y is equal to ABC plus A bar BC plus A B bar C bar. So, from that 3 variable table, we can write first term is M7, mean term, second term is M3 and next term is M4. So, y is equal to, we can write M7 plus M3 plus M4 and that can be written as a summation of small m. This m indicates mean terms and which contain 3, 4 and 7. So, in this way we can write down mean terms from the logical expressions. Now, we will see for pos form or max terms. Now, consider this example. Y is equal to A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C. Now, for pos form, let us consider this equation. Y is equal to A plus B bar plus C into A plus B plus C into A bar plus B bar plus C. So, from this equation, we can write down max terms. So, first term is M2, second term is M0 and third term is M6. This M2, M0 and M6 we can write from the 3 variable table that we earlier studied in previous slide. So, y is equal to, we can write M2, M0, M6. That can be write as a y is equal to pi. This sign indicates the max terms and capital M indicates the max terms. Into bracket, which terms are present? 0 to 6. Next concept, from expression you can write down, or from truth table you can write down expression for SOP and POS. So first we will see, write down canonical SOP expression for given truth table. So first step, from the given truth table, consider only those combination of inputs which produce an output y is equal to 1. That means we have to only consider from truth table output is equal to 1. Second step, write down a product term in terms of input variables for such combinations. Means we have to write down product term for output where in output is 1. Third step, or all these product term produce in step 2 to get the canonical SOP form. And then all these product terms we have to add together. Then we can finally get canonical SOP form. So this is a given truth table. How many variables are there? 2 variables A, B. So for 2 variables there are 4 possible combination and last column is for output. So in this output 0, 1, 1, 0. So we have to consider only last column. So in last column only this second row and third row we have to consider. Why? Because their output is 1. So for second row equation is A is A bar and B is B, because here 0 represent A bar and 1 represent B. Now for third row 1 represent A and 0 represent B bar. So these two product terms we have to sum together, y1 plus y2, that means A bar B plus A B bar. And this term we can write as a m1 plus m2 is equal to summation of m into bracket 1 comma 2. In this way we can write SOP form from truth table. Similarly for the POS form. Only in POS form we have to consider the output column which contain 0. So this is the truth table, same truth table I am considering here. So we have to here consider output column, and this output column where 0 is indicated. So in first row and last row 0 is indicated. So we have to consider only these row, first and last. So write down for first row equation in POS. So here A 0 and B is also 0. So A plus B, and last column 1 indicates A bar and B indicates B bar. 1 indicates B bar. So A bar plus B. So we can write down these two sum terms product together. So y1 into y2, A plus B into A bar plus B. So from this we can write down y is equal to pi of 0, 1.